Oh, yeah. Here, I've got this up. I want to go over the FTX stuff and then maybe start reading about the Mick Gordon situation. FTX is another big crypto bro L. You love to see that. FTX was, I think, the second largest crypto exchange, at least for a time. You might know them because they bought naming rights to TSM, so they are TSM FTX. They also bought the naming rights to an arena in Miami, I believe. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen them. Well, they've recently filed for bankruptcy. I don't know, I haven't read too much into it, so I only know like the cliff notes. I believe the CEO's wealth has gone from like 22 billion to like $22 after this like a nightmarish crash that they've experienced. And it seems like it was just a full-blown like scam top to bottom, and they also just got hacked for 600 million. Hacked in quotes. True, yeah, I guess that could be like the CEO himself going in to try and take 600 mil before it like really hits the fan. Now apparently Coffeezilla did a whole video on this. I didn't see it get posted, but let me see before I just read all of the cliff notes. I always like his summations of everything. I think he does a great job of it. So here's the collapse, and here's going over the ramifications for everyone that put money into FTX. Let me see why the collapse happened.
Crypto Armageddon is here. The biggest players in the world are at war. They're fighting it out, and I'm here to tell you who won and what's next. Now, I'm going to be honest, I called this yesterday. I warned you guys that FTX, second largest exchange, might be insolvent.
I actually did see that tweet. I did see this come out from him, but I didn't really understand it. I didn't realize FTX was in such a bad position at the moment. And man, Coffeezilla just has to have the biggest smile on his face 24/7 right now. Everything he says on his channel pretty much comes true. Because he does a lot of like speculative work, like here's the research I've done and here's what it could mean going forward. And like every single fucking time, he's like right on the money. Only a couple months later. It is wild. The guy's like an actual crypto prophet with predicting all these collapses.
Once there existed two rival crypto exchanges.
Binance number one, FTX number two. I remember when this first started blowing up, I read the headlines that Binance was about to buy FTX. And then I saw the next day they're like, absolutely fucking not. FTX is a disaster. We're not buying. So I believe that's where they're at. I don't believe Binance is still interested in purchasing the debris and the fragments of ash from FTX.
They weren't very liquid, and it was arguable that some of the coins weren't that valuable. So they couldn't get access to these funds immediately. Meanwhile, they had huge liabilities of $8 billion, $7.4 billion of which were loans. Now, Dirty Bubble Media, who was the person who called out the collapse of Celsius, which we've talked about extensively,
oh, I forgot about that one.
Report. In it, he suggested that FTX and Alameda Research might be insolvent because all their money was locked up in these tokens that might be worthless. And if everyone tried to withdraw their money all at once, the company could likely not pay off their liabilities.
So that happens a lot. Something not too dissimilar that Coffee's talked about before was with Terra Luna. Though I guess actually not really. I guess they're not super comparable. But the collapse of Terra Luna seems pretty in line with the collapse of FTX, even though the actual motivator was a little different for both. A common thread is a dumb fucking CEO making stupid tweets that eventually send everything into a spiral, a death spiral that they can't recover from. Do Kwon for Terra Luna, and now I guess SBF for FTX. For those that don't know who SBF is, I actually learned about him like 8 months ago because it was most generous billionaire, they called him. So there's this whole video about him. He was 28 years old at the time here, and the whole video is about how he's going to be giving billions away from his wealth to save the world, and like this really altruistic video about what a great guy SBF is. And for the longest time, that's all I really knew about him. And then this. Apparently the guy was super sketchy. Like, really shady. No. That is what the whole video is. I'm not making that shit up. This whole video is, like, sucking on his ass about how he's amazing. And then he sucks his own dick about, like, yeah, I'm kind of amazing because I'm so generous. Thanks for some Quacked, Sokage, Pirate, and Salty. And thanks for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. Thank you for that. Welcome. Sorry, I just saw that. Thanks for the bits, Kinway. And the resub Thick. And tier 1 GG and Prime Orange. That was wholesome. Welcome. Hope you guys like train wrecks here, because this shit is a fucking disaster. I love watching these things. Condolences to anyone that had money in the FTX exchange, though. God rest your soul. And your wallet. Thanks to the resub Bubbling in the tier 1 Tanaka.
Now, CZ saw this and decided to take an opportunity to strike against his biggest rival. He announced that day that because of recent revelations, because of that report, quote, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our books.
That's so big,
massive,
dick.
Given that FTX's #1 holding was
what the
FTT.
fuck?
Their competitor Binance is saying that they're going to dump up to $2.1 billion worth of it on the open market, causing that price to plummet. Now, all of a sudden, you don't even have illiquid funds. You just have none of those funds. So even though CZ said that this was not a move against a competitor, it kind of looked like it was, right?
I just say go mask off. This is an absolute gut punch here. So I guess the report highlighted that they didn't have access to those funds. They weren't liquid and they were like held in other tokens. So CZ read that and he's like, oh, bet. So that means they couldn't actually cash me out. So I'm going to tank everything. And he did. And I guess most people followed suit since the price tanked. Huge.
Of course he's going to say that. In reality, he knew what he was doing. Unsurprisingly, because these guys hate each other, CZ wasn't having it. He said he was going to stay in the free market.
Huge.
That he fully intended to squash the price of FTT. And he did.
So I don't know anything about CZ. I do know Binance pretty well. But I'm going to say I won't be surprised if some shit happens to CZ pretty soon. Because, I mean, this is a big dick play. And we've seen this before, like with Do Kwon and Terra Luna. When you start slinging meat like this, it always somehow bites you back. So maybe a year from now, we'll see something similar happen to Binance. I don't know. But for now, this shit goes hard.
And they wondered, how did any of us trust this guy?
I think about
that is how all of this shit plays out. You have an absolute disaster, and then everyone, like, it's like post-nut clarity. Everyone's like, all of a sudden, all of these red flags for years. What the fuck was I thinking? Like, every time. It has to be, like, some level of brainwashing, right? Where you just, it sounds so good, so you convince yourself it's all true, and you ignore all of that shit. Like, you go against better judgment and logic just to continue to believe in it. I don't know. It's so weird, though. That happens in, like, every situation so far, with crypto specifically. Thanks to the resub, Elgato, Itanori, and that guy Yav. Just to confirm I'm understanding the FTX collapse, over 1 million people put $1 billion in assets into a crypto company founded in the Bahamas by a 28-year-old. There's a little more nuance than that, but, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess. That 28-year-old, though, is very likable. He was saving the world, god damn it. There's the resub. Go ahead and Ruben. The resub Swift. They confused speculation with investing strategy. They confused speculation with investing. Strategy wasn't their strong suit. I guess. I mean, this whole thing seems like an absolute fucking disaster.
myself as like a fairly cynical person, and that was so much more cynical than how I would have described farming. Like, you're just like, well, I'm in the Ponzi business, and it's pretty good.
At no point did any of this require any sort of, like, economic case. It's just like, other people put money in the box, and so I'm going to too, and then it's more valuable, so I'm going to put more money in. And at no point in the cycle did it seem to, like, describe any sort of, like, economic purpose.
So, yeah, things are looking really grim. But if you have your money locked up on FTX and you're clinched up right now, take a deep breath. because things look like they might be fine. Although,
so this was 4 days ago. Things weren't fine. It wasn't. This is Charles from the future. It was anything but fine. Thanks to the bits, Hex. This is like the one time Coffeezilla's been wrong because he was being a little too optimistic. Yeah. So this was mainly the basics I wanted to get. So this explains how the collapse happened. It seemed like it was almost entirely started because of CZ and that leaked information coming out and him exploiting it. And you know what? That sounds deserved, honestly. Thanks to Prime Sandman. Yeah, I know you uploaded it. I was going in order here. So he's been covering it, like, actively because it's been so, like, evolving every day. It's because SBF was being hella irresponsible. Yeah, I mean, that too, obviously. But it seems like it really all started when CZ made that massive dump, and then it just started that collapse. Exhibits Reason, the resub Bear, Kizzy, and the Prime Sandman. Crypto bros are all like decentralized, and now one person from the biggest exchange can just take down the second biggest exchange. Well, I saw that floating around a lot. This really wasn't like decentralized. Like SBF kind of made it clear it wasn't really. It exposed how centralized crypto is right now. Yep, I guess. Thanks for the bits, Reason. And yeah, man. Thanks for the resub, Arcane. The channel that did the Roblox investigation released a 30-minute video on Steam's gambling issues. Which one? Not Ruben, right? Because I didn't see Ruben uploaded in the last couple days. Is it People Make Games? Thanks for 5 gift subs, HL2. Thank you for that. The resub Tappy, Frizzy, and Blast. And thanks for resub Midnight. CZ bankrupts his biggest competitor while also destroying the people who invested just because he can, and idiots still think crypto is a good investment. Well, I mean, you'll get no argument from me. I don't think anyone is under the impression crypto's in a great spot. Hopefully people stop putting money into cryptos, like that'd be huge, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. All these sad stories are just going to continue to pile up. Like, I laugh at like FTX and this guy, the CEO, but I feel bad for like the 60-year-old dudes who just got convinced by their frat bro grandchildren that their money was better off invested in crypto because it's guaranteed returns or some shit. I do feel bad for them. Thanks, resub Goose. Average people get fucked more than anyone at the top. No, I mean they do. Average people absolutely lose more, but I think the people at the top get like super fucked as well. Dokwon, I think, is still on the FBI's most wanted list, right? Let me see. That was the guy behind Terra Luna. Let me just do Dokwon. Let me see if it comes up. Martin Shkreli tells Dokwon jail's not that bad. From billionaire to nearly homeless, the tale of 3 crypto CEOs. Huge. Thanks to the bits, MacArthur. And Wasted. Hey, glad you like it. Nothing too crazy so far, but we haven't gone through all of the forum yet. Average people don't have the money to lose, so they get it worse. Yeah, I would agree with that. But at least the people at the top do face huge repercussions. Like, again, I'm pretty sure Do Kwon is still one of the most wanted because he ran. At least he did when it first happened, and they're trying to track him down. Maybe he's not anymore. Thanks for resub, Diego. And the Prime Jockster. Oh! Jeez, thanks for the resub, MRP. And the Fat 50 drop, Dark Prof. Thank you for that. God damn. Jesus Christ. Thanks for resub, Clanky. Thank you for the generosity, man. Good lord. Did you, like, short FTX or something? Fucking fat paycheck. Police chase time? No. The next thing I wanted to learn about was the Mick Gordon situation. But yeah, this is still only the tip of the iceberg for FTX. I just wanted, like, the general overview on how all of it happened, because I find it to be super interesting and entertaining. The more nitty-gritty of it's sad, like, to the people that lost all their money. Because that shit's not coming back. Oh, while we're already here, I kind of want to see Atrioc pick up the FTX saga post-collapse.
All right, I'm going to try and explain what's been going on with FTX, which is the largest crash in crypto history and probably the end of crypto. I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can. So here's this guy, Sam.
I will say, off rip, I know he's exaggerating. Unfortunately, it won't be the end of crypto, but god damn it, is it a wonderful fucking dumpster fire in and of itself.
Sam is 29 years old only, but Sam has $22 billion.
Or so he did. Because as of today, he is worth exactly 0 and facing jail time. So let's get...
Damn, I read that he had $22, but maybe they were just being nice. Yeah, I wasn't exaggerating. His net worth is legitimately non-existent right now. It's just wiped out. Also in the video, I don't know if Atrioc's going to play much more of it. Big A probably won't let this one ride because it's a really stinky video. But when they're interviewing Sam, they ask him how he gets started. And I shit you not, he made it sound super easy that anyone could do it. He said, oh, well, you start with $10 million, and I noticed that Bitcoin was at $10,000 on a US exchange, but $11,000 on a Japan exchange. So I put my $10 million into Bitcoin at 10K, and then sold it for a 1K profit on the Japan exchange. And I did this every weekday, making $1 million a day. It's that easy. You just got to start with $10 million, and you too can be the next Sam. Literally, step 1, start rich. That is almost every billionaire's story.
Crypto.
It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
God.
I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff.
And he never was. Don't be like Larry. Don't miss out on crypto, on NFTs, on the next big thing.
God, that feels so good. Oh my lord. I don't remember that commercial like that, but that is beautiful. Larry was not wrong. That is correct. Man called it. Maybe we all need to be a little bit more like Larry.
Yikes. So, he launches FTX, and for a while, things are going good. He is starting to get big investment money from people that think of crypto as the next big thing, and they want something safe. They know that crypto is becoming this big thing, but they don't really understand it. They're afraid of being called out of touch.
That's one other thing that I've talked about a lot, but I can never understate the importance of it. I think the way these exchanges, as well as just like general NFTs and crypto, the way they present themselves and market themselves is so evil. They're very clearly targeting either older people or people with legitimate FOMO, fear of missing out. They're always saying it's safe. You're going to make money. Like, there's really no risk involved. It's easy to start up. It's quick. Like, you are stupid if you're not putting your money in crypto because it's so guaranteed. And it's fucking wild how effective that is. Now, of course, I did the same thing. Yeah, 100%. Like, when this shit was hitting hard, it really wasn't crypto, it was GameStop stock because I had such a bad, such a bad time. Like, I was so upset that I missed out on GameStop stock because I got told about it really early. I was like, nah, it's fucking stupid. So then GameStop happened, and then immediately the crypto boom happened after I'd already been in crypto for like 3 years prior, but just never got serious about it. And I had such bad FOMO. I was like, fuck it, I'm going all in on like every crypto, and lost everything in crypto, in every department of crypto. Well, I guess I haven't lost it because I still have all of it, but it's all worthless now. It's completely worthless. Half of them are rug pulls anyway. But like the marketing targets people with my mental illness, where it's like, oh, you mean like it's guaranteed? Like a cheat code? Oh, like it's safe too? Oh shit. Okay, then I'm in.
For example, because this is not necessarily a very good business. So what places like this do is they'll charge you fees when you trade, for example. Coinbase charges you fees when you trade. Option 2 is they take your money and they buy things with it. This is what most banks will do. They'll do better investments than you will. And they'll give you a little bit of the extra money they're already making, and they're making a lot of money. As long as like everything doesn't go down all at once, they're in pretty good shape if they want to pay you back out. If you need your money, they have enough money from all the money coming in to pay you. And the only way this really will go bad is if
they ran out of money.
A major market downturn and everything. Okay? Yeah. That's how a regular bank works.
Yeah, the way this goes bad is if the exact way FTX went bad. Hey, I want to withdraw my money. You can't. We can't cover that. You can't. We don't have the funds to cover your withdrawal.
You know, there's definitely some risk here, but in general, it's okay, especially because in a real bank, all of your money is guaranteed up to $250,000. It's called the FDIC insurance. It doesn't matter if the bank goes out of business. The government will make you whole. Crypto has nothing like that. Understand that like there's a variety of things that can be in this basket here. So imagine if instead of buying a house,
you're buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards
or things that generally are stable and appreciate in value. What if they bought a holographic Charizard?
Whoa, Bro, Big A and I are in the same fucking headspace here. Oh my god, we're mind melding. What the fuck? This is not pre-watched. Literally not pre-watched. My god.
Saying, what if they took your money and they bought a holographic Charizard? Now, this is still something you can invest in. It can still go up in value. It's not nothing. It's worth something. Let's say you give him $300,000.
No, I swear to God, it's not pre-watched. He uploaded this during my stream.
All right.
No, I swear. I promise. I'm not a fraud. I'm no SBF. I've been streaming for an hour 30. He uploaded this 49 minutes ago. The math vindicates me. It proves I'm innocent.
Now, if it's one person asking for their money back, that's fine. But what if they've bought 100,000 Charizards? And if everybody's asking for their money back at the same time, they can't sell all of these Charizards at once without tanking the value of Charizards. Suddenly a Charizard is very cheap because they're selling so many at once. Now imagine if instead of a Charizard, it was a dog shit crypto token. That doesn't even have any basic value to begin with. What if...
So this ties back into the Coffeezilla video, in case anyone was confused when we were going over that. They put it, apparently, it came out in the research, they were putting everyone's money into shit coins. So I believe they had like Solana in there. They had their own like native one, the FTT token. Fuck, what were the others? Shit. There was a couple more. Literally just taking this money and putting it into shitcoins. They were basically just me, but with more money, with like terrible fucking shitcoins that are gonna get you nothing. So when people had this bank run, they couldn't pay them back because they couldn't sell those coins or anything. They couldn't actually give money back. So that's how all of it just started to crumble and collapse. So did that drastically cause like hundreds of rug pulls basically? It tanked it. So like the FTT, for example, one of the ones that they went hard on with taking that money and putting it into, that collapsed. Like the FTT died because of all of the withdrawals and not being able to do that. So the FTT absolutely died. And that was also because of CZ dumping all of his. Thanks to Tier 1, Ardoni in the resub, Avoid, Daymare, Jack Bauer, Money, Loan, and the gift sub Street. And the bits crunch. And God of War's been amazing so far, yeah.
If it's even worse than this, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what FTX is doing. Interrupt in the middle to bring you a note from Mr. Wonderful of Shark Tank, who had something to say about Sam Bankman-Fried.
Big advocate for Sam because he has two parents that are compliance lawyers. If there's ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble, it's going to be at FTX. So,
you know what they're doing right here is.
Hey, This is Mr. Wonderful, the guy that said people living in poverty is great because it gives them something to work towards or whatever. Fuck, I'm misquoting him. It was even worse than that. God damn it, what did he say? What did he say? People living in poverty? Oh yeah, Kevin O'Leary says 3.5 billion people living in poverty is great news.
This, according to
Fantastic news.
The world's 85 richest people is equal to the 3.5 billion poorest people.
It's fantastic. And this is a great thing because it inspires everybody, gets the motivation to look up to the 1% and say, I want to become one of those people. I'm going to fight hard to get up to the top. This is fantastic news, and of course I applaud it.
I applaud the 3.5 billion people living in poverty. Wonderful news. Now you're all motivated, idiots. So if you're not a billionaire like Kevin, it's your own fault.
It was worth.
That's great, though. You gotta love FTT,
and so people
though.
realize, wait a minute. If
better
we
than
ask
money.
for our money back, you can't sell these to get enough value to make all our money back. Like, our money no longer exists in this vault. It's just a bunch of this fucking token. And so once that leak comes out, the CEO of Binance, which is this guy,
CZ,
basically says, I own a good amount of FTT token, and I'm going to dump it all. And that's going to make the price of this crash because it already is a shaky investment. It's not really worth what you say it is. Once he says that, every person who has money in FTX's vault realizes, fuck, this place is going to go down. So they all start trying to frantically pull their money out, which of course causes this to start to crash. The whole house of cards unwinds. Overnight, literally overnight, FTX collapses as an entity. They just simply do not have the money. And so Binance originally offers...
I do think, like, extending this further beyond FTX, I really feel like this is, like, something that could happen to any crypto exchange. Maybe not Binance. I think Binance is at a point where they're too big to fail. I don't think they're, like, insolvent or anything. I don't think they could be hit by something like this, but I feel like every fucking other crypto exchange can. You never know. Hey, again, you never know. I did say that behavior from CZ, while being a Giga Chad move, has historically been like a dagger in the future. Do Kwon said something similar, did something similar on Twitter days before Terra Luna died, in very similar and tragic fashion. So it could. It absolutely could.
To buy up FTX for like $1, just basically buy it up. But then they look at FTX's books and they realize FTX is in so much debt that if they buy FTX, it'll probably bankrupt them.
Toma and Deep.
So now nobody is buying FTX. Nobody can get their money out, including this fucking man, Tom Brady, who's probably going to have to play football till he's fucking 59 now.
Oh, no.
Like TSM.
No.
Like the Miami Heat, all of which accepted major FTX sponsorship deals that lasted 10 plus years, are all not getting paid. TSM is built almost entirely on this FTX money, which is not getting paid. I predict, you know, we're going to see, like, legitimately, Mr. Beast might buy TSM. I'm not even kidding. Why did anyone test this?
That'd be huge, actually, if Mr. Beast bought TSM. You should buy TSM? Are you fucking insane? You think I could afford TSM? Jesus Christ. Hey, I'm a huge fan of a lot of the TSM teams, but there's no shot I could afford their salaries. Jesus Christ, no way. Would love to, though. But no, that's probably going to have to be like a Mr. Beast purchase. That is true, though. Once TSM accepted that FTX sponsorship for the naming rights, I feel like, yeah, that's mainly been their source of income in supporting their teams. I wonder how they're going to hold up from this. I know they covered the FTX on their jersey in the most recent major. I saw pictures of that. Very interesting times.
Well, all of the audits for FTX were performed by the first ever CPA firm in the metaverse. This is the firm that Wall Street relied upon to do accurate accounting on fucking FTX. Now, let's talk about Binance real quick before we get on.
Well, let's hold on. Let's talk about the first ever CPA in the metaverse. Is there any point ever so far where the metaverse hasn't copped a huge L? I wouldn't even think metaverse would be implicated here, and yet it still somehow finds a way to be front and center at another major fuck up. That is so beautiful. That is the gift that just keeps on giving. Oh my god, what a joke. And there are still people that firmly swear by the viability of the metaverse. Everything that it even remotely comes in contact with is ruined and trash. That's so wonderful.
People that took all of FTX's money and shilled it relentlessly. I don't want to name names, but there are many, many YouTubers that I've seen in the space that, not financial advice, did a ton of shilling for FTX.
I've never seen FTX on YouTube.
There should be some accountability on where this money's coming from when you talk about it and sell it to people.
I've seen a lot of Coinbase ads, but I've never seen one for FTX. Did FTX do a lot of YouTube sponsorship outreach? No, TSM, yeah, of course. They literally were owned by FTX. I just don't think I've ever seen an FTX shill on like a YouTuber FTX shill. There's been a lot of celebrity FTX shills. But yeah, maybe it was more the like financial side of YouTube, which I don't really tap into because I think a lot of it's just terrible advice. Thanks the resub skater in the Prime Exodus. Yep, the Miami Heat arena is named FTX. We said it on stream yesterday. They're gonna need a new title sponsor for the arena. We won't pay anything for it, but if they just need to slap a name on the Miami arena in the meantime while FTX dies and burns, they can call it the Moist Miami Arena. Like, we're down. We'll be the title sponsor for fun. I don't know if that really helps them in any way, but we're super open to it. Until they can find someone that will pay the millions upon millions that FTX was paying, or promising to pay. In fact, we'll probably... You know what? If we paid them $100, that's probably more than FTX will ever be able to pay them, since they're worth $0 now. So, if anyone works at the Miami Arena, you know, reach out to our guys. We'll make it happen. He's a prime fish and groovy.
You know, we've done stuff on our side with Coinbase, but before we agreed to it, we had to look in the business model of Coinbase to make sure it made any sense. I don't think Coinbase is a stock I would buy. I wouldn't invest in it. But I do believe that they have a business model where they at least they hold your money. You give them their money, they hold it and then give it back to you. I don't like it, and I hope we get to a situation where people have a little bit of credibility or a little bit of ounce of shame before taking any possible sponsor that comes their way. But that's it. That's sort of the basic coverage of what's going on.
I don't know enough about Coinbase to know if that's how it works. I'm going to assume it does.
Terrible knock-on
I trust Big A.
in the world of crypto. I think if you have any money in crypto at all that isn't like, I don't know, Bitcoin on your own wallet, I would be very concerned.
That was a great video from Atrox. From Atrioc there. That was beautiful. I would say even if you have your own Bitcoin on your own wallet, be very afraid. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen with that anymore. This shit is so crazy. What's Bitcoin worth right now? I haven't been keeping up with the crypto L's. They've just been piling up so much. 16.8k. Wow. Wow. you whew. Ew. Ooh. Ew. Ew. He's the prime duckling. I remember all the cope from the crypto community when Bitcoin first started crashing saying that this happens all the time. And they weren't wrong. For a while it did. This was like a pattern Bitcoin used to follow of like going way up on a rush and then collapsing for a bit, stabilizing, then popping off again. Just have to wonder, when's that pop-off coming? Because usually it doesn't take a full year for a pop-off. It'd usually just be down for like 4 months maybe. At least back when I actively paid attention to it, which was like 2016, 2017. Click the 5-year. Oh, the 5 year is going to be cheating. The 5 year, it's about what it was in 2020. A little higher. Yeah, and then here's where it was back in the golden age of crypto. This is when you were like actually early and could make a fat stack. Can't see. Oh, here. These are prime Colby and potato. It's about the same as now. I guess kind of. Just the explosion was much higher. Yeah, I mean, you're not super wrong. Give it 2 to 3 years, you'll have another rush maybe. Yeah, it very well could. I have no idea. I think the public perception of crypto in general has been tainted by NFTs forever and has done irreparable damage to people's faith as like in the future of like a crypto or NFT thing. And I think this is an indisputable fact. There are more scams, more rug pulls, and more absolutely disastrous situations now than any time in crypto history. I first got in crypto back in, it was either late 2015 or early 2016. I don't really remember now. But it was sometime during there, and that you had things like, you know, BitConnect over the years. You had Mt. Gox. You had some big ones. But now you have those amplified. You have many, 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 many more of those. So I just don't know how you can ever repair that faith in it. But who knows? Maybe people just forget, be blinded by hope. Thanks for resub Beard, Turbo, and Plop. TSM just tweeted about this. Let me take a peek. Did they drop the Wolf of Wall Street? I'm not leaving. Which Twitter did they drop it on? It doesn't seem like it's on their main one. Oh, here it is. TSM statement on FTX. This was posted an hour ago. Ooh, they still have it in their name. Eek. Along with the rest of the world, TSM has been closely following the situation surrounding FTX. We have no insight into the matter other than what has been reported publicly. We are currently consulting legal counsel to determine the best next steps to protect our team, staff, fans, and players. To be clear, TSM is built on a solid foundation. We are stable and profitable, and we continue to forecast profitability for this year, next year, and beyond. We look forward to a great year in 2023. Nice. Are they profitable? I didn't recall them being one of the orgs that had actually made profit. I know 100 Thieves is. Let's see. I feel like they were only profitable because of the $260 million deal with FTX. But maybe I'm just not remembering fully. It's been a while since I checked in here. Let's see. It's the most valuable, and is still the most valuable. Where can I find more info on their profitability? They made it, okay, so last year they claimed they finally had profit. Okay. And it was a $210 million deal, not $260. I'll just take their word for it. I have no reason to doubt it. Thanks the resub asking for trouble in Monstrum. Really want to know how much Tom Brady lost? Oh, so do I. I'm really curious how much Tom Brady lost. Holy shit. Yeah, 100 Thieves is profitable not from their esports, but from all of their like acquisitions of other companies, as well as their merch. You see the creepy guy chasing down a girl got arrested? Yeah, that's confirmed. He actually got arrested for aggravated stalking. Is that real? Because I did see that. I just wasn't super sure if that was legitimate or not. FTX is forced to allow withdrawals from the Bahamas by local regulations. Yeah, but if they can't pay them, what are they getting paid with? Thanks, Resub, Xander, and Jake. Thanks, Resub, George. The bit snert. The Project Perceiver trailer? No, I can't say I've ever seen that. It was just confirmed the hackers were actually just FTX people. I don't think anyone's surprised about that. They didn't even need to fully confirm that. That was pretty obvious.